Hey folks, hello, hello, hello. Welcome back, Open Pagan Church. Hope you're having a wonderful day and a good Sunday. Everything's going good. Well, hope it's a good day, whatever day you watch these videos. Have you ever wondered the wisdom of all of the different paths of paganism, all of the different denominations of paganism? Let's see how many people come through. Maybe they can share the wisdom of their path on the live feed, and be sure and share the wisdom of your path in the comments below. But that's what we're going to be talking about today, right after these words. Hey, folks, just a quick word. I want to thank you for listening in on the Open Pagan Church Talk Show. And we could definitely use your help. Keep the lights on. Information is right there. Also, click on subscribe, click like or dislike, and absolutely tell us why. Now, on with our show. All right, and welcome back. So, yep, we're going to bring in Discord. We're going to get on with it. Hello, Discord. We are Open Pagan Church Talk Show. What the hell are we talking about today? No conversation today? Good. My ass is going back to bed. How are you?
Amen.
The challenge is how many paths there is in paganism? Yeah.
Nope. Well, I mean, we can talk about that, but that's not what the title says.
The description says, I challenge you all to research how many paths there are in paganism.
That's a description. That's not the title.
Well.
Holy
Oh, look
shit.
at that. She read it. She read the description.
We're going to be sharing the wisdom today of other paths, as if any of us have any damn wisdom left these days.
Go out, find your own path. There's my wisdom. Bye bye.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. I like it. But see, that's kind of why we changed the platform of this over to a talk show, because I mean, hell, obvious reasons.
That's all humans like to do is talk.
We like to talk, yeah. Especially me, I love to talk.
And half the time they don't say nothing.
I started to say, a lot of times I may not say anything, but I love to talk. So, okay, Cindy.
What?
What'd you find?
I read the description.
What'd you find?
I don't know. I didn't do it.
Well,
there's
1,356.
There are so many paths in paganism. There's general, but there's one every week that comes out sometimes. I mean, every month, or it's like there's one that worships a butterfly now. I mean, I'm not kidding.
I'm sorry. I should not laugh at anybody's path, but when people start pulling paths up out of their ass.
Oh yeah, like the sacred path of the gnat's ass.
Yes.
There's so many paths, Don. I mean, there's general ones like
sun, the moon, the stars.
Yeah. I mean,
come on, you got basic.
We're having a bout of pagan bashing going on today.
Yeah, well, we're pagans, so we can bash.
Well, damn. Shit. I really can't be politically correct on this one, because, I mean, okay, it's like I've said before, I've always been of the mindset that if you believe that rock is God, by all means, go worship the son of a bitch. But don't hit me with your rock.
Ha ha.
That's a vengeful God.
Is that called the wrath of God?
No, it's called the Wrath of Rock.
Oh, okay.
Ragnarok.
Ragnarok.
You take a rag, you put a rock in it, and you rag the rock.
I'll smite you with my God.
My daddy can whoop your daddy.
I mean, there's all kinds of general paths. I mean, it's such a big umbrella.
Well, I mean, if we say what we always say in a situation like this, paganism is real simple. Multiple gods and our goddesses. Bang, you're pagan, have a nice day. And the phone rings.
Sorry, she forget.
Uh-huh.
Well, it's just like Christianity. The common core belief in Christianity is belief in Jesus Christ.
Yes.
But there's so many denominations of Christianity that we could spend all day just on that subject.
Snake charmers.
Yeah, I mean, it's got some oddball ones, let me tell you.
Right. But are we not finding that as time goes on, all sides of the coin, you know, Christian, pagan, Jewish, Muslim, you know, all of your big, base core religions. We live in a time of offensive, condescending behavior. We live in a cancel culture where everybody gets their feelings hurt. Nobody likes the corn cob that anybody's sitting on.
Oh, I could say something, but I won't.
No, go ahead.
They always smell shitty.
Well, yeah, and I mean, you know, it's like it's any of my business what corn cob you're sitting on. But in my mind, nobody, or let me rephrase that so that I don't get decapitated for generalizing. Most people don't really have a clue of what their own religion is.
Not anymore,
No,
because everybody's
sheeple. Yeah. But when you start talking about the shared wisdom of all of the paths, all of the different paths. Morning, Sab. Um, is not the base wisdom of all of the paths and the religions essentially the same thing?
Yeah.
All right. What do you think that base core essential wisdom is that can encompass every religion in the world, irregardless, unless of course you're talking about the radical kill 'em all, you know. But what's the base core?
Base core is what you believe.
No.
No. What's the underlying
What
tone that
what
makes them all actually similar?
right. What is the one thing that every religion, every path, every denomination, all of the world religions, what is the one thing they all have in common?
Faith in what they believe in.
No. Love.
Something to believe in and believing in the golden
That's
rule.
even too
Well,
broad.
none of those are wrong. But are we not just all looking for comfort in life and a little bit of an understanding of what it all means?
Yeah, why?
I mean, what is the point of religion? Humans want some kind of understanding.
Reassurance, reinforcement.
Okay.
They have to have something. Humans have to have something to have models too.
To know we're not alone.
To know that we're not alone.
Right? And I mean, I'm in no better position to sit here perhaps and laugh at white lighters than I am to sit here and laugh at people that worship aliens, or than I would be to sit here and laugh at somebody that worships a butterfly. I do the I do I
Words are hard.
Oh.
I do, however, for my own personal belonging and belief and understanding, have to draw the line when people say I'm a Christian pagan.
Yeah, that's something I never understood. How can you be a Christian and a pagan at the same time?
You could be a Catholic.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I could see that, but no, it's from my understanding, it's all based on having something to believe in, some sort of higher power that rules and governs your life, and that you follow the golden rule. It's not do unto others before they can do unto you. It's do unto others how you would have them do unto you.
Not for shamanism.
No.
Not for Catholic it isn't.
Mm-mm.
Ossetrus don't believe that.
We do unto others, then we go to the priest and we confess our sins.
Yep. They
Well,
go out and party on Saturday and come back to the priest and say, "Oh, forgive me, I sinned," and you go on and do it again.
Uh-huh.
Mine is motherfucker, you do it to me, I will guaranteely do it to you.
So, I mean, some of the interesting conversations I have had with upper level individuals in crafts that follow harm none, do as you will. And then in the same breath, when somebody pisses them off, they're going to go to their altar and they're going to go, woo, another man done gone.
Uh-oh, here we go.
Black candles are lit, feathers are flying, blood's pumping, and shit's happening, and somebody's going to die. But these are the same people that
yeah.
look at you and say, harm none, do as you will.
Then they say, "Oh, I'm done with it," and they go around and do it again.
Well, then of course, okay, you know, got these good folks that's going to go to church on Sunday morning, praise Jesus, praise God, but if you're a different color, a different sex, and believe different than I do, you're going to go to hell. So is it not? Huh?
It's just not Christian.
But is it just it's a human thing, right?
Cindy? Sandy?
She laughed.
What?
Nope, there she is. Is that her? That's Sandy right there.
No, Sandy's listening in over Lester's shoulder. That's Sabs.
Lester, Sandy, okay?
Yeah, she's right here.
Yeah, I'm right here.
All
I
right.
told you I could hear her.
Okay.
Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you, sweetie.
Oh yeah, happy mothers to the mothers.
Greedy eyes.
What's that?
You didn't even tell me.
Ooh.
See how gallant? I'm gallant. I remembered.
Yeah, happy Mother's Day, y'all. And I'm not getting out of bed today.
Have fun. Everything,
Right.
all the medication, everything charged up and ready to go for a day in bed.
Yep.
Yeah, sure is.
Cool. All right. Enjoy Mother's Day in bed then.
Oh, I plan on it because it's also my roommate's birthday.
Family channel, family channel. Da-da-da.
Anyway, back on topic.
Anyway, I digress.
Yeah, buddy.
But sharing the wisdom of other paths. Come on, you guys. Talk to me. I mean, I can sit here and share the wisdom of shamanism, but that's because I'm shaman. What, you know, and I remember, I think I remember, correct me if I'm wrong, but Cindy said last week that.
No, I retract that. That's you. Oh, excuse me, back up. Not happening. Now I can share my views on it, but I can't give the wisdom of it.
What's your views on it?
What I've been taught in the past of that path, which is Alexandrite,
Alexandrite? Never heard of Alexandrite.
Gardnerian.
Alexandrian.
Yeah, my words are mixed up today. Sorry. Anyway, what I was taught, it was a lot of nature with the gods and goddesses that she taught. A lot of it made sense. Didn't work for me, but I still have the knowledge of it, and sometimes I do listen to it. But I still do my Celtic shaman,
But shamanism is about nature.
Yeah, but with her, the Alexander was very like the wisdom of their circle calling. With us we do the 9 points. With them they do the 4, but combined it with the elements and the directionals.
Right.
They're all one.
They're all one.
Right.
Now, if I went out to my circle and did that, I'd probably go heebie-jeebie. Oh my god, skin crawling and all. But it worked for her, and it worked for her people. It's just some of the wisdom of it I took with me concerning. I was taught heavily on the herbs, which I still remember those. I still have my notes on those because everybody can use herbs.
Well, everybody should have notes. Hell.
Yeah, the notes and stuff I still have. I went through my Yahoo email stuff. Oh my goodness. I didn't erase any of it, it seemed like. But, they had lessons on the herbs and the candle making. And so that path helped me learn how to use herbs, how to use the candle, how to make them, and incorporate herbs into the candle.
Right, I have a really stupid question, Cindy.
Yeah.
Shamanism would have taught you the same thing.
Not a question, that's a fact.
It's a fact, yes, but did you ever teach me how to make candles with herbs?
I didn't figure I had to. I told you to learn how to do it.
Yeah.
Don's
I
not.
already learned how to do it, so I didn't have to use it the shaman way, but I incorporated it into my shamanism, yes.
What'd you say, Lester?
I said Don's not the crafty type.
No, Don don't do crafty type.
Nope.
Oh, he's crafty.
Yeah, he's crafty in other ways.
No comment.
Family channel. But yes, with the shamanism that you've taught me and the craft ways that I've learned, they have encompassed together.
Was somebody else going to say something? I thought.
Yeah, I was gonna say, well, see, y'all were raised to know of everything that y'all been through. Um,
What?
my mom was a non-denominational Christian, and my dad was an atheist. Not my father, but my dad. And it wasn't until I hit about 12 that I realized, the whole Christian religion sounds kind of hokey to me. And I started, studying all the other different religions in the world and found that paganism was the one that fit. It's not just, oh, well, we're going to worship the rocks, the trees, the grass, the air, the feathers that fall from the bird's ass as they fall. Um, but, it's everything. It's not just nature. It's the energies that flow through everything.
Wow.
uh, when we had our Beltane fire, my skin started crawling when we started calling circle, and I had never felt that was my actual first Beltane that I had actually celebrated, and it felt amazing. The next day, I felt like shit, but yeah,
That's a hangover, Rick.
Red hangover, let me tell you, will kick you in the
yeah,
ass.
yeah, it was horrible. Like I couldn't get out of bed.
But it sure is nice
But
while
yeah,
it's happening.
well, like I said, I was raised as a non-denominational Christian and an atheist, so paganism just kind of seems right.
Oh, I mean, oh, my grandmother was professed Methodist. My um, mother is professed, quote, Catholic. My stepmom is professed, quote, Methodist. My grandfather was atheist with a side of Masonic. Um, so I mean, yeah, being raised in a blender of hodgepodge magash, and you know,
Well, see, I didn't realize that. I mean, because these were my adoptive parents. I was adopted at 6 weeks old. So, with my adoptive parents, it was, Christian and atheist. But I found out that in my bloodline, my actual, like, heritage bloodline, that I have druids.
yeah,
That it goes way back. Druidism is amazing. I haven't actually started studying that, but I'm going to.
Druidism is an interesting rabbit hole to go down.
They're
I
more earth-based than anything.
Yeah, it's I mean,
Judaism is a commandment, not an ask.
when you when you first start getting into it, I strongly recommend that you tie a rope, anchor it to a tree, so that if you decide you want up out of that rabbit hole, you at least have a way out. Not saying
Yeah,
anything
I
at
mean,
all bad about Druidism. Druids rock, but um, people say that shamans are a bit eccentric and a little bit out there. You start looking into Druidism.
Yep, because that's part of my path too.
I'm sorry. No.
It works for him. Trust me.
Well, okay. So while we're on this little slide on the wild side, Mr. Paul,
You're ready.
Mr. Daddy Paul, Mr. Draconic, Mr. Dragon, Mr. Longtail slap you in the ass when you walk by.
hey now, I resemble all them remarks as well.
What is the wisdom of the dragon?
Well, to
and then we'll let Sabs run her side.
okay,
Oh, he's got more experience with it than I do. I just know that I'm dragon.
to actually be able to follow the dragon path, you have to be able to control yourself. I don't really know how to pass on wisdom because I'm not a teacher, but you it's a very logical uh
one way I can put it that I understand it with him is he's Vulcan theory. Because that's how a dragon thinks. You know, it's more, it's logical, it's
Straightforward. It's
straightforward,
literal. Very, very literal.
gut wrenching honesty. He holds no barge.
I don't know what kind of wisdom you're looking for. I mean,
Well, okay, let's clarify. What is wisdom?
past experience.
Okay. What I've always taught is education comes from books and people teaching you something. Knowledge comes from life experiences, things that you've learned, like hitting a tree. Well, you learn that hurts. Stumping a toe, watch where the hell you're going. So you take the knowledge and you take the education and you bring that together in a very fine, balanced way, and that's wisdom.
Okay.
Now, each
I mean,
path,
I understand what you're saying.
right? Well, okay, each path. Well, let's start at the core. Each religion and each path or denomination of that religion has their own set of the way they live, interact, and use the wisdoms in which they've learned. Right?
Minded.
Say again?
No, that's
Oh,
minded.
what?
Talking to Sandy.
Ah,
Well,
It's the dragon magic is hard to teach.
there's no real. That's something.
When
that's
well,
going-
when Kim Richards, I'm sorry, didn't mean to use the name. When Kim taught me dragon magic, remember we had lessons with her.
yep.
When she taught me that way, it was like you had to go to the dragons to. They're very finicky about teaching people, wise, wisdom wise, because they're afraid to give the wisdom to people because
The fact
it's
that they'll use
mean
ill intent.
ill intent.
But something you got to understand about dragon magic. Dragons, you have to take into account the thoughts that dragons have about the human race. Okay, now I know this gets a bit into the fantasy, but first you have to prove to me that they didn't exist.
Okay.
Okay, and if you can do that, okay, but I doubt very much you'll be able to prove to me that they didn't exist.
Well, I mean, isn't that like? Well, hang on. Isn't that like trying to prove to anyone that their particular belief system doesn't exist? Why would anybody
Right,
want
I'm
to do
talking
that to
about-
begin with?
Right? No, wait. Okay, when you talk about a belief system, you're talking about something that you can't physically touch.
Okay.
What I'm talking about is something that you could have touched, but now can't anymore. Understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, but think about the wisdom of the path in which you live. That's what I'm not talking about. The magic.
Well,
I'm not talking about the use of the magic.
But it's all intertwined. That's part of it.
That's exactly the fucking point I was trying to get you to make.
Okay.
Okay. We as humans make this crap entirely too hard.
Well, yeah.
Humans complicate everything.
Yes.
So meddle not in the affairs of dragons, for thou art crunchy and good with ketchup.
Yeah, well, shamans could say the same thing about some other things, but we won't. So.
Family show.
Yes. But
Uh-huh.
being,
Yeah, I'm over here rolling.
case comes to point, though. Wisdom of other paths, it all essentially comes down to the same damn thing. I mean, I sit in circles with 10, 15, 20 different paths and denominations of pagan philosophy. And I've sit and listened to people argue semantics. Human beings will argue whether or not a nickel is a nickel. Who cares? Humans will argue the point of one religion's better than the other. If you don't believe the way I tell you to, you're going to go to hell. Or if you don't believe the way I tell you to, I'm going to kill you and your family. Shit like that. But when you look at the overall aspect of wisdom, I mean, come on. You take my wisdom, Tabs, Lester, Cindy, Paul, Vandy, all of our wisdom. And we're all of different walks of life. And when we all come together and we sit down at the table and we break bread, we're all the same. Okay, some folks got boobies, some folks don't. Scientifically, humans have boobies, both men and women. Regardless of what acronym or what the hell. Irregardless of what you call yourself, you still got boobies. But we're all the same. Unless you get down into the science and you start looking at the shape of the pelvic and all of this, if you peel the skin and you peel the parts, it's all the same. There's no Hispanic, there's no black, there's no red or yellow or Caucasian. Whoever the hell come up with the idea of white needs to be smacked. I promise you, I ain't white.
Or am I? I'm kind of a peach color.
Yeah. But
well, in this form at least.
Right. But the same comes to religion. And, when we all sit down and we start talking about, the wisdom of our path and the things that we've learned, I'm not talking about the wisdom of shamanism. I'm talking about the wisdom of God. What if I studied? What if I learned? That makes wisdom. Do I have something to bring to the table? Can I open my mouth without seeming to be a total idiot? If I can't, I should keep my mouth shut. Like Mother always said, it is best to be silent and be thought a fool than to open thy mouth and remove all doubts. And the problem is there are entirely too damn many people talking way too fast these days.
True.
But also,
there's kind of a there's kind of a little rhyme or whatever you want to call it, a limerick. There we go. That is about tomatoes. Knowledge is knowing that a tomato is a fruit. Wisdom is knowing that you can't use a tomato in a fruit salad. Being able to sell tomatoes and then putting them in fruit salad, yeah.
Okay.
I know I screwed it up, but you know what I mean.
I think so. I get where you're going. And I think I just lost internet.
No, you're still there.
All right. Okay.
You're still on YouTube. See you.
Yes, I think the internet burped for just a half a second. Okay.
Lester's turn.
Lester's got nothing to say. That's called wisdom.
Come on now.
Well, I mean, wisdom is, knowing what you know and being able to give it to somebody else and have them believe exactly how you believe is,
Yeah.
you're passing on knowledge. Your wisdom is knowing that, okay, yes, this person believes this way. I'm learning their way of how they do things, but I also need to learn how to do things my way. I need to listen to my spirit, my soul, my whatever you believe, and being able to take little bits of information that other people have given you and put them together to build your belief system. It's not just what other people believe, but you have to believe what these people are trying to teach you. If you don't, you're not going to learn anything.
But that's just it, isn't it? I mean,
I
that's
can
go ahead.
I can honestly say that in my religion that we look at the fact that we are all children of God. Doesn't matter what path we follow, doesn't matter where we worship. We are all children of God. And if you strive to be a good person, there's nothing wrong with that. If you set out to harm others, well, then that's your bad.
Yep. Karma gonna reach up and slap you.
You know, the Christian philosophy, and don't get me started on the Bible thumping. You're gonna go to hell, because technically, I don't believe that there is a hell. I believe that we live in hell, and through
Especially
our
when you live
creed,
in Southeast Texas and Southwest Louisiana.
uh, that's environmental. I'm talking about, we live in hell. We have to prove ourselves worthy to move on.
Well, you already have the same faith.
In
Well,
other words, you feel like we do,
yeah.
basically.
It all goes back to the same thing. I mean,
But I ain't your typical Catholic, so
yeah.
No,
Well,
you're
there
not.
is that, and I mean that's one of the things we love about you, Lester. Is well,
The crazy coon person.
go ahead. It's crazy coon ass. You can say it.
The Catholic belief. I love it. And the most green thumb wisdom I ever known.
yeah. I'll tell
That
you
too.
what, the man can plant a stick and get something out of it.
Now plant a
Have you
toothpick and
seen
grow a
this?
tree, child.
Have you seen this man's collection of seashells that are tinier than a dime? Come on now.
We're working on that right
As we
now.
speak.
It's
Love it.
it's been a long time since I've seen Lester's. I remember. Here I go again. I said, I remember when he lived in Dayton, where we could just essentially pile up in the car and drive down to Galveston, which wasn't but an hour away.
Yep.
Hell, seashell collections were a norm.
Ah, crap. I forgot. I have something to give y'all when I get over there Tuesday.
Besides a hard time.
Besides a hard time.
I don't give y'all a hard time. Y'all give me a hard time, but you know what? I love it anyway.
Oh no,
No,
no, don't go
No,
there.
okay, next.
Change subject.
I'm just being goofy. Anyway, no, it's. I lost my train of thought.
What did it do? Derail?
Well,
Chugga chugga choo choo kaboom. But yeah.
well, wisdom. I mean, we shit. We all look for wisdom every day, no matter what path we follow. Like Lester said, no matter what religion we follow, what path we follow, we're trying to we're trying to live our better selves each day, and just, I mean, come on, it's the old golden rule that I was raised with. Treat people the way you want to be treated. If you want to be treated like shit, well, by all means, get on with your bad self. Treat people like shit, but you're not going to be happy for it. No, I mean, some people get off on treating people like shit.
Those end up being lonely people.
Well, yeah, and sometimes good people end up being lonely people, and therein lies another point of wisdom. There comes a point where you can become so knowledgeable and so educated with the understanding wisdom of, I'm better off to live alone. But is that a good wisdom? I don't think it is. Humans, I mean, humans as a species does not do good living alone.
No. We don't have very many Los Lobos around.
Right. And if nothing else, since the first part of 2020, and we're about halfway through with 2021 right now. But since the first to the early quarter of 2020, if nothing else should have taught the human race, is human beings do not do good living alone. They just don't. I mean, there are
Well,
some.
human beings don't live in society very well either, because I mean, with the beginning of the pandemic last year, what was the first thing? What was the first thing to disappear? When we went into panic mode because, oh my God, it's COVID. Everybody's got COVID. People are, we need a vaccine. We need it as quick as possible. What was the first thing to disappear? Toilet paper.
Toilet paper.
Yeah, toilet paper. No, COVID-19, yes, is a virus, okay? The vaccine that you're getting, is
I
a
will
dumbed down
caution you.
version of
I
the
will
hang on.
caution you.
Hang on.
Hang on. I don't want this video deleted. All I'm telling you is be aware of what you're saying on a live YouTube.
Oh, I am. I'm very aware.
All right.
I mean, there's only one reason why I cannot get the vaccine, and it's because I'm immunocompromised. But now, as it is a virus, as I was saying, it's a pneumonial virus. It's a virus that causes pneumonia of some sort. Now,
We don't know that for a
toilet
fact,
paper.
and we're not doctors.
Yeah, change
I
that
am
to
going to shut you down on giving medical advice. You are not a medical physician.
I'm not giving medical advice.
Okay?
back
You're
to
talking about how everybody went crazy buying toilet paper when you don't get the shits.
Exactly, that was my point.
Okay.
It's a pneumonia. What do you need all that toilet paper for? Why are you hoarding toilet paper?
Because
It's
it's what
it's it's
humans do.
something. Yeah, when something like this is presented, we freak out. I mean,
But let me ask you a question. If you were not of someone that is a sheeple that follows what everybody else tells you to do just because you're sheep and you're following the leader. I didn't go out and buy shitloads of toilet paper.
I didn't either. I went out and bought my normal amount,
Right.
because we needed
When
toilet
we could
paper.
find it.
But
If we could find it, yeah. But it still comes down to the wisdom of understanding how to live a good, the right life. And I mean, at the end of the day, good things happen to bad people.
I'll let you tell them.
Bad things happen to good people.
Just gotta have the wisdom to roll with life.
Right.
Exactly. It's all in how you deal with things.
But, and that, like Sab said, at the end of the day, it's all in how you deal with things. But wisdom is like anything else. If we take the wisdom of Wicca, and I'm not a Wiccan, but I understand the basic philosophy of Wicca. And if we take the wisdom of Druidry, I'm not a Druid, but I do understand the basic philosophy of Druid. And you take the wisdom of shamanism, that I'm qualified to talk about. And then we take the wisdom of responsible Christians, which I'm also qualified to talk about because I used to be the deacon of a church. Well, that's it. Never mind. Anyway, but
We can go that way.
ooh wee, that was a long time ago. Holy shit! Wisdom is something that should be shared. It should not ever. I don't think it should never be shoved down someone's throat. It's like open pagan church talk show here, right?
Well, that's like I told Lester. I said everybody's wisdom is different, and if you want to grow as a person, to me, you would listen to everybody, but take what you need from them to grow as an individual.
Yeah.
Oh, Don, what's our favorite saying? You can have all the wisdom, but to have the knowledge, put it together.
No. You can have all the knowledge in the world and all of the education that the world can offer, but if you don't have the wisdom to put it together, you're sucking hind tit.
There you go.
Yeah, it's the other way around.
And Sandy's dead up. Just because, and this is the thing that torques me on social network. Just because I'm listening to what someone has to say does not automatically dictate that I have to agree with you. Because I'm respecting you enough to listen to your wisdom as it is to you, does not mean that I have to agree with you. Now, unless I am comfortable enough being able to say, I'm sorry, I disagree and here's why, I would generally just stay silent and say, well, I never thought about it that way, but I'll think about it and see what happens. We're all products of our environment in one way or the other. That's my thought on it too.
What was that?
LOL?
It's me spinning my tray.
Alright, quit sitting on Bullfrog.
But I think anybody that might watch our pre-recorded broadcast, I truly hope the one thing that they get out of this particular broadcast for sure is there's no, like so much of the time with all of our broadcasts, there's no one particular answer. I mean, what works for me may not work for somebody else. But when I
Ain't no
go,
right.
huh?
There ain't no right and wrongs. There's only how you judge them.
Yeah. And in my mind, the only wrong is to not do anything, period.
Right.
Um, I mean, hell, back in late '99 when we started the House of Pagans, or well, actually, the House of Pagans was started for us. I had no idea what the hell I was doing.
We're
And
picking
some,
up noise, Lester.
huh?
Huh?
We're picking up on your noise.
Sorry.
You know, and even still today, 20 odd years later, sometimes I still don't know what I'm doing. But I'm okay with that. Because at the end of the day, when I look at myself in the mirror and I see the things I've done in the past and I see the crap that I've been involved in the past, I like to think that maybe the person that's looking back at me in the mirror has gained the wisdom and the self-respect to understand, damn, I survived that. And I'm here today because I survived that. Even when there's many people that would not have liked for me to survive that. But I don't live for Lester or Cindy or Babs or Sandy or my wife or my daughter or my parents. I have to live for me. And the wisdom that I learn from each of these people in Discord and each of you that watch our pre-recorded broadcast, the wisdoms that we learn from each other, I like to hope and I like to think it makes us better people. What do y'all think?
Agreed.
I totally agree.
Wholeheartedly agree.
100%.
Huh? Do what, Lester?
I said 100%.
Oh, well.
I'm gonna steal a word from a friend of mine. Facts.
What?
I have a friend, and when somebody says something that she agrees with, the word facts, FACTS, comes out of her mouth very loudly.
FACTS.
Facts, like true. Is it
Facts, as
really
in, yeah,
The
facts.
fact,
These
yeah.
are the facts of
a
life.
fact of life?
Facts.
You lost
I can see that. I'm very careful using the word fact. But that's just my own OCD. I try very hard not to push that off on anybody else. The word fact actually gives me heartburn.
Oh wow.
Well, I mean, it's just like when you're sitting there talking, you hear somebody preaching, about the Bible or how, modern day society is, and somebody looks up at you and says, Amen. Same kind of principle.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, Amun Ra wasn't all that bad, so you may as well say amen and pray to Amun Ra. That's fine. I'm okay with that. But saying amen is giving thanks to Amun Ra. Amen, that's where it came from. But anyway, damn, I went down that rabbit hole.
Yes, you did.
Oh,
Sorry.
well, no, that was my bad. I let myself go down that rabbit hole. Well, what's a rabbit hole between friends, right?
Right?
Yeah, as long as there's a mushroom down at the bottom for me, I'm good.
Hey, man, I just want a nice soft landing. My fat ass don't bounce like it used
Right.
to. All right, guys. Well, look, I'm going to give you your Sunday back. And I'm going to really hope that everybody has a great day. And you folks that watch our pre-recorded broadcast, we look forward to hear from you. I mean, we do post on several archive channels. Um, Hell, all you got to do is Google Open Pagan Church, and we're right there. So if you got a penny for the kitty, drop it over to PayPal or go over to openpaganchurch.com, and
Huh?
I have another broadcast that I do Monday through Friday at about 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. If you want to know what that is, you can hit me up and I'll be glad to tell you. Other than that, folks, I'm going to bid you all to have a great day. I'm going to hope you have a wonderful week. Hug the mothers, give the blessings to the family. Family is very important. And we'll catch you next time right here on Open Pagan Church Talk Show. Bye bye.